Hello. I think we're live then. I hope everything is fine here. I haven't really checked everything. I'm just going to check if the audio sounds okay on YouTube. Oh, I might have it up 2 times. Oh, yeah. I'd accident. Yeah, I had just accidentally opened YouTube twice, but now it should be fine. I don't think I have anything else up at the moment except for the music. So, I guess we can begin. And really, it's just to jump in the chat and say anything if you have anything to say. Otherwise, I'm just going to be here drawing something. I had something I wanted to draw, but we'll see where today will take us. First off, I'm going to put a bit of a gray background on, so it'll be a bit better when I'm sketching now. And yeah, if I get lost in the drawing, you will have to excuse me. I also noticed that this, there we go, it's just a light I have here on the side. They brought out some extra light, but the blue is more visible. So, I have been working a bit on character design. Maybe we can try some character design, because I do want to get better at it. So we'll try. I do have one character I do want to draw. Is this not sensitive? This, okay. And it's always, where do I begin? It's going to be a quite slender character. Cartoonish more so than any realistic ones. It's maybe a bit much. I'm not that good with character design, so I'm just trying to learn a bit. I know I have to get the autonomy. What if that's the right word? I'm not entirely certain, but this is a female. I am making a D&D one-shot, and I've wanted to, if I managed to get the drawings correctly, create some character designs of some of the NPCs that the players are going to meet. But like I said, character drawings are not my strong suit. I much prefer nature and what's it called? Well, background. I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, I prefer just to make weird creatures or the background more than the character, just because I've never been very good at the character. Well, let's make her sitting instead. That way I don't need to think too much about the legs. That's way too... I'm probably going to run a dress. This is okay, I think. Also, hi, you can see my face. I decided to do a face cam for this. And I thought it was a bit fun to try something else. So I decided to put on a face cam. Though I'm not sure how many will see this, as my YouTube channel isn't exactly big and so on. Maybe I need to find the book I'm using for autonomy, but I figured it out. It's not as if my friends don't know I'm not that good with character design. This lady is thick. Okay, let's see. I'm going to just start over from this. I don't really like where this is going. Okay. You might be thinking, if you're just covering it up later, why draw the full thing? Because you will still be able to see shapes even if it's covered by cloth. Otherwise it will not look natural. Let's see. Let's put a chair under here. And yes, by the way, when I said one shot, I'm meaning D&D. Since my normal group, I am the DM of a group, but we're having break now because of summer and school is over for the summer for us. And I have some other friends that also likes to play D&D. I played with them a bit before, but I had to stop that group. So I have decided that whenever my other group is, well, my normal group now is not playing, I will create a one-shot to, well, so that anyone that's available or wants to join can join. And I kind of like mixing those. It's fun to be able to say that I can mix my friend groups. I don't think many have that option. This leg is long and she's not really sitting at all. Let's see. She was sitting with her. Again, I don't know exactly what to do here. It's not really what I'm good at. Maybe I can just do oh, she suddenly has no ass. Okay, this is not working at all. Really, her lower half isn't that important. Let's see. Can I just... Okay, it was maybe easier to make her standing, but I'm just doing rough sketches of her legs. They're so long. And then I'm going to just let's see, that's wrong. This is just a sketch, so it's not that dangerous if I stretch it a bit. And let's see if we can finish something. And now comes the second hardest part for me, the hands. And I need it's really not going to be that visible. Let's see. How would I? I'm just going to use the camera as a test. Can't see because of my glove. Okay, we'll use this hand instead. Okay. Let's see if we can. Yeah, that would actually be the correct hand as well compared to what I'm drawing. We're going to just make a blob at the top for the hand for now. And then this hand. Let's see. And since it's D&D, this is of course going to be an elf. There are reasons for that in the NPC backstory, but since I'm creating the one shot, they haven't really discovered it yet. But I just want some simple art for this character. Oh. Because I quite like her. She doesn't actually have an official name yet. So I still need to create that. But she is a lantern bearer as a title, and she works in a circus. That much I can say. And the whole one shot is happening in a circus, not the one in the Feywild, for those thinking about that, but it is still happening in a circus. What would that look like? Can barely see it because of my line work, but a bit wide elbows maybe. Okay, that's a nice starter sketch. And this is how I sketch, by the way. I always create many layers with many different colors, usually signifying different things. If I have a lot of clothing design, I have that on one layer, and then I put hair and eyes and details like that on another layer, and then I put items on a separate layer from that. So let's see. She is supposed to be wearing a dress. Quite flowy dress. But since she's not in movement, there's not going to be much flow in it right now. And also, kind of wanted to go in at her waist. So I can create this she's going to be very elegant and have almost this royal feel to her. At the same time, she's going to be mysterious like many elves in many stories have been, but I guess I'm just like the classics. This cord is really in the way. I'm putting it behind my shoulder. Okay. And do you want... I think I'm going to go for... what sort of dress do you want? Do you want going over like that, or more maybe a bit wider? Remember, this is the middle of a chest. You can hide that layer and just work out some detail on the dress. Now I'm not putting any like fabric detail too much. Well, obviously I am with these lines and such, but I mean patterns right now. I don't think I want any patterns on this dress though. So I might not do that at all. Let's see. She is going to also have a sort of shawl. I wonder if any of my players will jump into the stream after a while. I don't know if I haven't told them I'm streaming today at all, so but they would probably be confused because they have no idea who this is, but can clearly see it's an elf. So, though this is not the main character in the one shot, though they wouldn't know that. So, well, it would be fun if they jumped in. I'd like to chat with someone. Right now it's just me to my thoughts, and that's that. But I'm fine with that too. She's also wearing a veil. In front of her mouth. I'm probably adding some jewelry and such to. I need to get her hairline in, so another layer, yay! Let's see. I am not certain what. Sometimes I can't sketch with a certain color for that type. I'm not sure what type of hair I want. But we'll try. Hair is also one of those things I never seem to fully get. I mean, it looks okay in the sketch, and then later it just doesn't work out. Do I want it to be like... I think I'm going to hide a bit of her ears with her hair. And then, let's see. I think I'm going to go quite simple. She's leaning her head upwards, so I think I'm just going to go for a knot type. I can go back to this layer. Adding a band under. Let's see. That is okay. I got some messages on my phone. Better turn that on silent. You see, there we go. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I'm debating whether or not to add gloves on the hand, but I can always add more later. And then, of course, I need something for the character to hold. Yeah, I'll use that color. And like I said, she's a lantern bearer, so she's going to hold a lantern. I'm focusing way too much on details. This is just a sketch, but I always do this with like the smallest things on the sketch layer. But we'll get there. This reminds me that I actually did give a lantern to a quite important character in the campaign, the main campaign, recently. and she is also a elf and quite mysterious, and she wears a mask only on the top half of her face. And characters only know her but by an alias that's the keeper. So the players are now questioning who that person is, because they had some fairly deep conversation last time. But I don't want to say too much here in case one of my players suddenly jump in. Let's see if we can. I don't have a specific design in mind when I'm doing this. I'm just really just drawing something freehand, which works half of the time, so I'm not too concerned. I'm also going to try and go for a bit of thicker line work, because I always end up doing thin lines and I don't like it that much on character design, at least. And it's probably just because I have too high expectation for myself when it comes to these things, even though I know I'm not that good. And I can draw something and be fairly happy with it, and then just right after I'm done, I'm just like, no, this doesn't work. Mostly it goes when I come to the face of the character, so I usually don't complete that step at all. I have a face now left in the sketch, and well, I'm going to go for a more cartoonish look, but they always end up still looking weird. I'm fairly happy with the one I did for the banner on my icon. Those are okay, I suppose. But there's just something about it that makes it so hard to do. I don't think I can get that properly. Oh, that's a bit scary, but uh, I mean, she's maybe supposed to be a bit scary too. Let's see, I either want to add, I think I'm going to at least add some like jewelry bands. Like now I do the same thing I said was a mistake, to add this blue on top of the blue. Well, main thing about doing this drawing is more to give a reference to my players. I know some of them have a harder time imagining descriptions. I think I just have to add those when I actually get to the line work. So I can't see my lines. Well, I guess we're going to get to the line work then. I always do line work first, but I could also probably do colors though. I'm thinking I'm probably going to go very simplistic with these colors. This is way too thick, but not sure if I want to have a, because my mistake when I have this type is that I draw thinner lines, whereas this I have to have the consistent line. But at the same time, this is much easier on ears and such. I think I'll just stick with this one. I prefer this. I'm going to go for a little top here. And this little circlet. Nope. Just like that. Shouldn't gain volume like that, but oh well. Maybe I should just not do these lines at all and just do that when I'm doing the hair coloring. I'm not going for a realistic style, so if I have reference pictures, I'm much better at drawing stuff like this with some realism, actually. Yeah, just do that. But since I don't have a picture of an elf, it's going to be like this instead. I can draw those later. I haven't actually tried drawing some details in with outline work, so maybe that's fun to try and do. Let's see. I do need to draw the hand before I actually would know. This one looks like she's giving a very long thumbs up, but it is not supposed to be a thumb. I guess it's the way the hand falls. Let's see. Oh, that was... If you're doing this, your thumb is always towards you, and your finger is pointed to the side. Oh, is it better? Oh no, that's worse. No. Maybe it just literally needs that feces. No, I'll just leave it like that. Like I said, I mean, if I were to do it easier for myself, I would just remove the hand, and I'm debating doing so. Doing this, that could be the mistake that I'm trying to put. Let's see. A rough sketch. The hand seems very small now suddenly. I think I might need to come back to the hand later. But I could probably get in... Oh, wrong. Get in these lines. Oh, that's the thing about... the shoulder. I'm just using the camera to see. this is why I need to do all the detail work in the sketch instead. Because I end up just doing a mess of my line work. Guess that could be a style in itself to have messy line work, but oh, I like it to be a bit more clean. I'm happy enough with that, and sometimes you just need to be happy enough. Now I was fixing this hand a bit because it obviously gets a bit thinner. Closer to the top. Huh. Hmm. Could go back to one of my old tactics when it came to hands and just do like a stub. Then I wouldn't need to explain myself. I could just say, oh, it's just how I do hands. Just there we go. Hand. Done. It is very tempting, but let's at least make some effort in it. Can even see it kind of in my sketchwork that I've done one of those stumps. Okay. I said I wanted to do thick line work, but I have gone back to the thin ones, so. There, that's probably the best I'm going to get. And it looks if I do a bit of okay, no, I'm just going to go. Stop it. Just going to go like this. I'll just tell them I couldn't figure out the hand. They'll understand. Most of my friends are somewhat artistic or not, so they're either or. And just check the line work. It almost looks like she has no neck now because the arm is hiding it, but it's supposed to be there under there. Yeah, and then always remember to save. I haven't done that yet, so yay. Apparently I'm going to no, I did not mean to do that. Oh yeah, my caps lock is on apparently. Okay. Oh, and sorry if I got a bit close to the keyboard there, but or the camera, I mean, but the keyboard is behind my drawing tablet, so I have to stretch over it. Let's see, I'm just going to check how long I've been streaming. Oh, all right. Well, I'm just going to take a short break because I need to go to the toilet, so I'll be right back and we'll pick it up again. All right, I'm back. I forgot to close the door. Yes, that's my bathroom. This little apartment I live in, but I forgot to close the door apparently. Well, not fully shut it because it's a bit stuck sometimes, so. Well, that's not important right now. I'll just get right into the drawing again. Let's show that she has a neckline. That's a bit strange angle. Let's do it like that. Let's see. Ah, that's okay. Oh yes, the lantern. Let's see. Oh, was way too far. Let's do the lantern first now. Let's see. Let's actually give it a bit of shape on the side here too, to kind of show that the pattern, this pattern here, is around on all sides. I'm also going to, when a color is in, I will give this some extra color to it. A little crooked, but that's okay. Do you want to no, it's fine. It's a little like pointing that way, but especially since it's longer on this side than here, but yeah, I'm fine with it. Who knows, maybe she intended for the design to be flawed. Not really, but I gotta make some excuse to not be perfect all the time. Not that I am perfect, because I'm not. I need to remember I'm streaming and can't just edit out everything I'm saying, because I'm just talking and don't really have a direction, so then it's usually just become, well, this, some what is it called, Not mixed thoughts, at least. That's also the thing when I'm talking a lot in English. I forget the words I'm saying because I think about the Norwegian words instead. Not gonna add any lines on this hand since on purpose, since the other hand is nothing at all. This hand seems very big now compared to the other one. Maybe I should make it a bit smaller, draw on the inside of the line. That's a little better. I also stumble in my words a lot, if you haven't noticed. But it's fine. It's all good. Now we're almost done with the line work. I mean, there's still some to go. And then I have to decide if I want to add anything else. But I don't know what colors this character should be in because she's still a concept, really. I haven't created her yet. I've only created the circus master, though I have no drawing of him either because I think he will be harder to draw, but maybe a bit easier to it's complicated, but he's not dragonborn. I'm just going to say that, but he's more in the vein of a dragonborn than a human, and I do like drawing dragons, so who knows, maybe. I'm probably just going to do this one here today, depending on how late it becomes, and then I'm going to end the stream, at least for today. And maybe if I don't decide to do it in the daytime when I could get disturbed at any moment, I'll draw the Circus Master 2 on stream. And if anyone else joins me then, who knows? Otherwise, maybe I'll stream a game next. I do want to do that too. Like I said in the last video, I want to stream maybe some cleanup on this Minecraft world, but that is something for later. Also, I'm not sure if this lamp here actually does anything. I just have it and thought it added some color, but it's not really showing up that well. Maybe if I turned off the ceiling lights, but I'm not going to do that right now, because then I would need to go get up again. Also, I do know I don't have the best setup for streaming. I'm just going to do this for my own fun. Then I can get all of this talk out without really bothering anyone. Unless you decide to join the stream yourself, and then it's your fault. So I can blame it on someone else. Missing the eyes, but other than that, very simplistic line art. When you're just looking at it like this. But it does work. Let's see if we can make something out of these eyes. Sure, it's fine. I mean, if I knew how to draw people better, and I knew that I could draw them better, then I would probably not be too happy with it. But for me, this is pretty good. They're pretty good. I mean, I'm just doing nitpicking, but let's see. We're going to put in some color now. Oh, okay. Well, Let's see if we can put in some color. Now, I'm using Clita, right? And Clita isn't too good when you select stuff and try and fill color in like that. Then it usually leaves these ugly edges. So I'm not gonna do that for the drawing. I'm going to instead color in by hand. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color in by hand. Problem with coloring by hand sometimes is that, well, I obviously need to change my brush size because I don't want to use this size to color in everything. I could, but I'm not going to. Just gonna make sure I got rid of all of that. And it's kind of hard to get it exactly on point when you change it. But since I did use this brush, I think I still can fairly easily replicate these brush strokes, even if I have a thicker brush later on. Just doing cleanup now, really. I do see some points that I'm not perfectly happy with when it comes to the line work. But it's very like small things. Okay, let's get to coloring. So she is going to be a bit mysterious. I'm just thinking about color scheme for her. I don't actually do this all that often, mixing color on the side. But I think I'm going to do it this time. Also, she works in a circus, so it's not that hard to believe she might have colored her hair. Also, what's a mysterious color? I think purple. A purple color. What kind of light dress? It's supposed to be summer where it's taking place. It would go nicely with her hair. Is this color any nice hair? Yeah, okay. And the lantern, but I'll get to that. I don't usually do this, but I thought I'd try it for this video. So yeah. So first off, I'm just going to color everything in one layer, and then I'm going to create sub-layers on top of that. Now it would maybe be better to do this layer in a much more popping color, so I'm going to just change it quickly and then rather color it in later with the correct color. Why is it so sensitive right now? Okay. I noticed I just got into a like drawing trance, but I mean, there's not many in the chat, so if you're watching this after the fact of the stream, then, well, thank you for watching. And, well, I'm not as talkative sometimes when I'm drawing, because then I lose concentration of drawing a bit. Unless when I'm just rambling, like that one video I posted that was uncut and I really just needed a video to go out. So yeah, but those videos I'm probably going to make more of them. Otherwise I'll put on a stream like today. And well, those I don't need to think that hard about. So I guess I just like doing them like that. Stop. I don't know what I was saying right now, just like doing them like that. I meant to say those I don't need to think too much about, and really I'm just commentating what I'm doing anyway in my thought process. For this, it's just like color inside the lines, color more inside the lines. Only here you have a nice erase in case something goes over the line. I mean, had this been paper, I would not be so sloppy about it, but well, that's the difference between digital and what's it called? Traditional drawings. Put this up again. Yeah, we're done. Oh, those eyes are scaring me a little bit the more I watch at them. But they work for this drawing. And really, that's okay. Oh, I'm getting a bit tired in my eyes. I'm just gonna put on my glasses. So it's on. There. I have my glasses on, and they always feel a bit strange when I have the headset on as well, but I am actually supposed to use glasses when I'm watching a screen. I'm just very bad doing so because, well, they're a bit uncomfortable with the headset. And, well, technically I have near perfect sight without them. It's only one of my eyes that's acting up. But I better do as the eye doctor tells me and try and use glasses more. Now I can deal with this. And see, now I've turned that on, and that means I can't go outside the line. Or technically I am, but it's not visible. So we'll just color in everything that needs the correct color, and then we'll move on to detailing those spots. It's much more gray than what I initially thought, but I can fix that later, so I'll just color it in with this first and then I'll fix that. I realize this is the hand on the side too. I might actually keep it gray after all. I haven't created the character sheet for this character yet, and having a deep elf would be kind of mysterious in a circus like this. Not a deep elf. I was thinking about deep gnomes, and dark elves. So I can either make her a dark elf, or I could also go and make her a Eldarin elf, because they also, well, all elves can really have these undertones. But a deep elf, no, not deep elf again, dark elf would be cool. After all, they don't need to be evil, so I'm going to put this under the eyes too, so in case I paint when I do the eyes, and the color won't just be on top of nothing in case I forget the spot. It's going to be a contrast to have the gray against the purple, at least. Choose the mid-tone. Oh, that's wrong. I need a new layer now. There we go. Oh, that's line work. Oh, wrong color. Go. Probably going to add some black or brown into the hair to maybe make a sort of fade, but we'll see. I might not. And now we'll move on to the dress. I can see I didn't do it properly here. The gray can really go a bit over the line because the gray or the skin tone is always going to be on the bottom layer, at least when I color it in, because it is on the bottom normally. If you look, like just using myself as an example now, my skin is obviously under everything else. My hair is on top, and then I have my glasses on top, and my headset is on top of my hair, so then I do that. Draw the colors of that on top of my hair. But my glasses is over my face, but tucked under my hair usually. So I'll draw that layer under and try to move upwards in the layers like as if they were layered clothing. Unless it's something very small details, sometimes I draw them under the others, or if it's not certain what layer is on top. Let's say you have some pants on a shirt, then I suppose, depending if you have it tucked or not, you could say by that, but it could still be tricky and considered on the same layer. See, even here I'm a bit like, technically it's on the outside of the dress, but it is behind. Never in any place does it go in front of the dress in the drawing, so I'm not certain which layer. I'm probably going to put it on top now because I have decided to color it after the dress, but still. These lines can make it big. Now, this looks a bit strange because it's on a gray background. So I'm thinking I might need to change the background color around a bit. Let's do that after I've colored in every base color on here. At least most of them. Not certain what I'm going to do with the lantern just yet, but I mean, we'll get there. Oh, I'm on the same layer, okay. I forgot. Begin on this layer side. Okay. I'm going to make this here the same color, so then I'll keep it on the same layer. Besides, it's separated enough from the scarf that I think it's okay. I do this sometimes with jewelry, or if it's more of a armored knight, I also draw like all things that are gold colored or silver colored or metal on same layer or leather everything in leather I draw on the same layer. Probably going to do that now too. Where now I'm going to add a few bracelets or something like that. And the earrings. And I'm probably going to keep all that on the same layer. But we'll get there. First now I'm going to remove these because I'll figure it out, but I'm not really into doing that. I usually just pick colors on the go and hope they work. But I want to fix the background now. I'm not certain exactly what to do with it. It's a bit, she becomes a bit light then. I don't want to just spend too much time on shading her heavily. Especially since I'm not that good at using these things. I usually just shade everything by hand. So but I do want to get the lantern out, so maybe I'll go for just a slightly lighter color. And let's see if I go for a bit lighter again. I mean, this is probably not the brush I'm going to use, but add something like this behind it. I'm going to go very simplistic on the background, but we'll see. I mean, I can use this brush and just... no, let's keep it... Oh, wrong. Need to do this so I know. Let's see. I'm going to fix that on the edge there. It is to be a bit bigger. And yes, by the way, I am intending for the light to be kind of cool and blue. That I knew already. So just do a bit of this behind her. I'm not sure if this is like the bottom of the page or if it's actually like if it's getting transparent or not. So that is the bottom. Okay. That's a nice start at least. Again, I'm just going to check how long I've been going on for. Okay, it stands there too. It's just, this is completely new to me, so I'm not sure where to look. But I do see it now. Almost 2 hours. Well, I'm going to try and put in some more color and shades onto her, and then we'll call it a day, I think. So this is her skin tone, and now things are going to get a bit messed up again because I group it again in the group. And now I can leave that layer be and just shade everything on top of it. Now let's see. I'm going to go for a bit warmer tones in some of these shadings. I do kind of like that streaky look to the shade. Or to the brush, I mean. And eyes I usually do late at the end when I sort of know what kind of shading I have done for the rest of the drawing. Suppose this is a bit more tricky. Technically there will be no light there, but that's kind of boring in some areas. I guess I did do it here, but yeah. Technically there will also be some shadow on the inside here because the hair would cover some of her face. That's way too large. Brush. Okay, I want to add in the mid-tones, not the mid-tones, the highlights as well. I'm going to go for the highlights, be more of a color in this one. Well, actually, since the lantern is lighting a colder light, I'm going to do the highlights in a cooler light too. Like this instead. Now, obviously, this is just how I like to shade. stuff. It might not be optimal, but I like it. And it's a nice way to add some texture to your piece. Now, if you have a very large painting in Krita, it doesn't quite like big shades. I'm going to add in some of that texture again because I don't like really the super smooth look. That is very realistic technically. But I think having those rough shades is a bit cooler sometimes. So just having a bit of sharp edges in the drawing can be quite cool in my opinion. Might translate better too. There. Now I'm really just in the shading mindset of did I like it smooth or not? But I mean, if I really wanted to add, like, work with colors here, I would add in some tones like this too. And since, like this, and work those colors in and actually add the blue light afterward as the only hard light. Which maybe could be a bit better. But I think it's okay. Like I said, this is more supposed to be to get my players to get an idea of how the character is supposed to look. Don't need to name all of them. Let's see. This one I might... Oh. I'm adding in very heavily here, this color. Gonna add some heavy with this too. I might not actually, or maybe first round and then go over again. So I actually add those streaks back in. Because hair does a lot of things. And it moves around a lot, so it really changes. I'm gonna go for the darker color. Now I'm not setting to how to color every individual straw. I know that's not gonna work. So we'll just color them in this bulk, these bulk patterns, and then hope it works. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the best at hair. But I do like experimenting and get better with things, so who knows, maybe I'll get better at it one day. There we go. Now this let's actually get this band in darker color. There we go. This one, I'm gonna group this one as well in the group. There's a lot of layers when I draw like this. And I know that many people probably say this isn't a lot, but I mean, look at me, I'm not that good. So I'm just doing what, wrong side, what I feel is natural when it comes to this. That's just creating groups for everything, because I've made the mistakes too many times where I don't group anything at all, and it all just becomes a mess. going into trances again where I'm just not saying anything. But then if you're watching this later or you jump into the stream, maybe it can be a bit relaxing. Just sit and chill and just watch someone draw. Whether it's good or not, that's up to you. But please be kind. Whether it's to yourself or to others. I don't mean I don't take critique, because I do, but it's not necessary to do a lot of hate comments or something. I'm not expecting any. I'm not saying that, but hey, just in case. But even if you try to be hateful, I'm not gonna let that affect me. So, but it's always good to be nice. The world is losing a lot of its nice people, it seems, and well, we can never get enough good people. Now, you might be thinking my shading method isn't exactly very solid, and you'd be right, but I'm just doing it for this video. If you'd met me, what would it be, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, you would not see me shading like this. I would do everything by hand and just match the colors like this manually. I remember I really enjoyed this brush then. I mean, it's decent, but man, it was sometimes very difficult to mix those shades. There we go. That's the whole of her. Now it's always fun to do this and see how it looks without. Now I'll add some eyes because she needs them. So and let's do this. Now I'm thinking they either should be like the color of the lantern, the color lantern sheds, or a darker color to represent her underdark That's way too dark, but just an example. I'm thinking matching the color to the lantern could be quite fun. And maybe because I went so simplistic, I'm not doing any more shading in the eyes. Maybe, or I can do some very simplistic shading. It's way too much. It's just like this. Like that. Very, very simple. Now it's the lantern and her jewel up in the top. Okay, I'm going to start with some earrings and such. I usually pick a orange or gold, well, orange or yellow color for earrings. Ooh, that's way too big. Then let's just do it on this layer now. I just go and make a shine to it. Really, since it's so simplistic, I'm probably not going to do much more than that. But now comes the question, do I want to have some sort of... Yeah, I think it's fine to have a few rings there. Seems a bit like they're floating, but honestly, I'm a bit tired right now, so I'm probably not picking up a lot of the mistakes I'm doing. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to color in the face cover as well. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Now focus on this one. Oh. There we go. Now it's only the lantern left. Since the lantern technically is its own layer, I'm going to put it on top in that layer just so I don't need to worry about drawing outside the lines. But I already know I'm going to need more than one layer, so start off by drawing the lantern itself, all the metal on the lantern. Yes, this is the top layer, so I do need to worry a bit about drawing outside line. All right. That's all of the metal. Yeah, I'll do the metal first now. That is some miscoloring from this layer. No? Oh no, what layer is that on? This is the top layer here. It is showing even there, so it is. It must be on another. What? Is it under? It's under that layer. What? So it's under there. Under there. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Of course it's under because it's not even there. It was the background peeking through the picture. Okay. Now we're ready to do some actual drawings. As long as I have things correct here. Okay. Also sound. Okay, let's see. I think I'm actually going to... I am going to color in this layer too. If it actually will let me color in there. Why is that? Okay, I'll move this to a different layer because I have an idea anyway. If I'm allowed to draw. Oh, of course, I was using the wrong brush. Silly me, my mistake. I'm sorry. Well, then I'm going to move it back because it might be easier to draw a bit of this inside first, and then I'm going to add something afterward. Might even work inside here. Color that in like that. Now I am curious if I do this. Okay, yes. Wait, 5. I don't want too much, so it's just going to be visible, kind of. But actually, wait. I'm going to draw on a new layer above here. Just fill in this white a bit. I'm using the wrong brush again. Fill in these whites a bit. I'm going to mask them out somewhat. And I think... I didn't mean to do that, but maybe it could be quite cool with stop using that one. This one is a bit much, yeah. This one is very nice and simple. And then add this. That is nice. Then obviously I'm going to change this color to a nice light blue. I should change in a second. Let's see. Bit of noise. Yes. Now that I look at it, it looks kind of like she's thinking like she's doing this instead. But she is meant to be like shh. But I guess I can explain that. It's a nice enough picture to kind of show what I'm going for to the players. So I think the last thing to do is to sign the picture. So that's it. That's what I'm going to present to my players. And I hope they like it, because I mean, it took some time. We have been streaming for 2.5 hours now. And it's not my best piece, but it is better than many of my people drawings. So, well, like I said, it's good enough. Now, well, I'm not going to stream anymore. I'm going to quit there. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream any more later. And not later today, but this week or next week. And I don't exactly know, we haven't put a date on when the one shot is going to happen. But when it does, I will update you if you do tune in to these streams. So I hope you, if you watch this later, which most of you will, if you at all do so, I do hope you enjoyed watching. And well, that's it from me. So goodbye, and I'll see you hopefully next time. Bye.